Joey, I need to lose a lot of weight, but I don't know where to start. Done, let's go. What's going on, guys? It's Joey, and today I'm gonna be giving you 5 of my best tips when it comes to extreme weight loss, because I know just how intimidating it can be to look at the road ahead of you when you have a lot of weight to lose and get super discouraged because you try to see everything all at once, and that's not how we're gonna approach this. First, let's investigate my struggles from day 1 of trying to lose weight all the way until currently where I'm at now. First thing is gym intimidation. Boy, was I intimidated when I walked into the gym. I was the biggest person when I went into the gym, and I knew that and everybody else knew that, and I didn't quite understand how to cope with that. So of course it was really hard to get into the gym in the first place, but also to stick around and use the machines that I wanted to use because I didn't want to look like an idiot trying to do something new or trying to do something I couldn't even do because I was so big and I just didn't want to embarrass myself in front of a bunch of people. That was definitely one of the first things that intimidated me when I first went into the gym, and that can be a big hiccup when it comes to you and your weight loss journey because you do not want that to be an obstacle because it's all in your mind. Consistency and temptations. This one was hard because I had so many friends. Almost all of my friends were either good looking or they were skinny, so they didn't have to lose any weight, and they would always eat junk food, and if I ate even like one piece of candy or something, it seemed like I put on like 10 pounds. So the temptations every time I went out and hung out with my friends or went out and got lunch or went out to a party, went out to a social event or whatever, there was always food there. It was either a potluck or people were bringing in food, and there was just amazing food everywhere. Needless to say, I'm sure you probably have the same exact problem. Number 3 was healthy eating. Healthy eating was so hard for me at first because I was transitioning from not really caring about what I ate because I wanted to get bigger. Surprising, I know, I wanted to get bigger. That's because I was playing football at the time, and pretty much the bigger you were, the better you were. At least that is what I was taught, which is not healthy at all. That's absolutely nothing that you should teach a 15-year-old kid. So switching over from those bad habits that I was eating, I was overeating, I was binge eating, I was eating a ton of sugars, a ton of food, and I didn't really care what was going on. As long as it made me feel good and it tasted good, it's all good. But switching over to a healthier lifestyle, I didn't quite know how to do that, and it was pretty hard because I didn't know what foods to eat. I went straight into the foods that I thought were healthy that were healthy, but I didn't really need to eat them, so I got grossed out, and that's why a lot of these diets really don't help people because they don't like the foods that they're eating. So healthy eating is definitely something we need to talk about. Body positivity. It's hard to love yourself. It's hard to be positive about yourself and your body when you are at your absolute worst when it comes to weight. When you weigh 315 pounds as an 18-year-old kid, you are at your like rock bottom. You're at the worst point in your life when it comes to your health and your weight. So body positivity was definitely not easy, but that is definitely something that you need to work on. You need to be positive about your body, but you also need to be super fired up to be positive about the new body that you can create, because there are so many things that change in your life when you change things up and when you love yourself how you are, but you learn that that's not healthy to be super overweight, and you are excited to love yourself as a brand new human being. And lastly, plateaus. Plateaus can be a deal breaker. If you are trying to lose weight, or if you are trying to gain weight, gain muscle, you will hit plateaus. That is inevitable. You're going to hit roadblocks, you're going to hit plateaus, and it's how you respond to these obstacles which is going to get you to where you want to be, or it's not going to get you to where you want to be. So you have to respond to these obstacles in a certain way, and you have to keep pushing, and you have to understand that everyone goes through obstacles, and those obstacles are there to make or break you. You have to open your eyes and see that. Let's get into the tips. We are going to be talking about strategy and how you can strategize to make everything planned out. You know exactly from day 1 all the way to the very last day that you lose the weight, that you know exactly what to do and you have a blueprint to follow. So once we make it, don't think, just do. So the first thing we're gonna do, the first tip I want you to do, and make sure that you have a pen or paper, or you can rewatch this video later and grab a pen and a paper so you can take notes and actually like fill out an outline for yourself to get started for yourself. This is going to help you tremendously. The first thing we're gonna do is set everything up. So set up when you're gonna work out, how you're gonna work out, how often you're gonna work out, when you can fit it into your schedule, because everyone's got different schedules. You know, some people are working 3 hours a day, some working 16 hours a day. So you have to figure out what works for your schedule, and try to avoid the excuse of I don't have time, because everybody has time. Everyone's on the same 24-hour clock. You have to decide whether or not it's more important to try and cut out some BS so that you can fit 30 minutes to an hour into the gym or into exercise and making sure that you are actually being active and doing something healthy for yourself. Remember, this time investment, that if you take out an hour of TV or if you have to leave work like a little bit earlier or something, you are investing in your health, and that in return, your return on investment is going to be, you're gonna be happier, you're gonna be healthier, you're gonna look good, and you're gonna perform better outside of the gym. You're gonna perform better at your work. So make sure that you set up a good time to work out and that you can stick to it and that it's pretty consistent. You're not going before work, after work, in the middle of the day, you know, at middle of the night, whatever. You try to make it consistent. Also, you want to set up your meal plan. So if you don't know how to calculate your macros, what I preach on my channel is to create a customized meal plan for you and your body specifically, so that you have the perfect diet plan catered towards your body and the amount of calories that you need to intake. So what I preach is that you need to set up a complete meal plan based off of your weight loss macros and then fit in whatever foods you want. You can eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter. As long as you are staying within your macros, you're good to go. So make sure that you set that up and that you actually follow through and make the food and buy that food from the store, and don't be snacking everywhere. You have to stick to that. So set that up, as well as your workout, as well as your goals. This is something else I preach very largely on my channel, is that you have to have written goals. Write out your goals, what you want to hit, so that you have a visualization reminder of what you're trying to go after every single day, so that you don't forget and you don't get discouraged. And the second step is gonna be accountability. So what I would recommend is to create a tracking sheet. And if you see my other videos, then you kind of understand what a tracking sheet is. Okay, you wanna create a sheet where you have, I would say, go in blocks of 30 days. So write out 1 through 30 on a piece of paper and everything you need to do, dieting, workout, fasting, I didn't cheat, whatever, up on the top. And then every day that goes by, you're gonna check off what you did right. And then after a while, you're gonna be able to track and see right in front of your face how well you've been doing. This is hands down the best way to track and actually make strategic progress. I would also recommend to try and find an accountability partner. Try to find someone in a similar situation where they want to lose weight, or they have a fitness goal, or just go into the gym. Everybody is usually friendly at the gym, although they kind of might look intimidating because they're trying to look cool, but usually everyone at the gym is pretty nice if you go up and talk to them, because we're all at the gym for the same reason, right? We all have goals and we're all there to achieve our goals, while other people are sitting on the couch not doing anything. So that's something right there is respectable about that. Or just try to find a support system. I have a Facebook group that I'm actually going to leave down in the description for you guys to join. So it's a private Facebook group where we actually support each other. You can ask questions. I will answer your questions, or if you want to shoot update pictures and let people know that you lost 20 pounds, or if you just need some support, we're all here for the same reason. So find a support system. If you don't have one, I'm going to leave the link for the Facebook group down in the description. The third thing is going to be focus. Focus on your goal, because there's going to be a lot of distractions. No one else cares about you and your goal as much as you do. So when your friends say, hey, let's go out and grab a drink, oh, you don't need to, come on, can't you just like get off that for a night or something, like, come on, come join us. You need to realize that they don't care about your goal, and even if they do care about your goal, they're still thinking about them and their happiness instead of yours first. So you need to say, like, either, okay, I'm gonna go out and hang out, but I'm not gonna drink, and you have to stay true to that. You have to stay focused, or you just have to completely eliminate the problem and just say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in tonight. Thank you for the invitation. I want to hang out with you guys sometime soon, but I want to avoid temptation because I have a goal, and until I really hit that goal, I want to stay diligent. I want to stay on it. So stay focused. You have to stay focused. Like, put your blinders on and stay focused. And the fourth tip that I want to give you is to watch out for roadblocks. Like I said, the plateaus are going to be roadblocks, and it's inevitable that they're going to come up into your life while you are trying to lose weight or even gain weight. So like I said before, how you respond to these roadblocks, whether that roadblock is a temptation, you're out at maybe a funeral or something, or a wedding, and you see all this cake and you're like, oh, well, it's just like a one-time thing. You can totally, like, you can cheat that day if you want. You can take a slice of pie or cake or whatever, but you have to also, like, think about, it's okay to do that stuff. But the more often you do that stuff, the harder it's going to be to get to your goal. The further back you're going to take steps, not forward. So it all comes down to your preference, how fast you want to reach your goal. But in all reality, I would say try to be as diligent as possible and try to lose as much weight as you can, and then celebrate the small things. Don't fall into those temptations, because once you fall into one, then it's like, oh, I did it last time, I did fine, I did that. And then you're just going to fall into all these different temptations. You're going to start overeating and eating things you shouldn't be eating, and it's just going to be a lot easier to fall off the wagon. So if you can say no, then it gets easier the next time to say no, and then no, and then no, and then it just gets a lot easier to avoid temptations. Trust me, it does get a lot easier. So remember, just respond to these roadblocks, these plateaus well. Keep on pushing, keep on going. Try to change some things up, but don't stop. And the very last tip, the biggest thing that I preach on my channel, number 5, is going to be consistency. You have to do all of these things very consistently. If you're not consistent with it, don't do any of them because it's not gonna work. This is your outline, this is your blueprint. Write everything down that you need to get done. Make your tracking sheet, find an accountability partner, get everything on point, and then be consistent with it at least 5 out of 7 days a week. Okay, if you're really diligent like I was and you just go hard 7 out of 7 days and you just stay good, and that's awesome, that's amazing. You're gonna hit your goal fast, you're gonna slip right into the fitness lifestyle super easily, you're gonna stop hating the gym, you're gonna start loving the gym, you're gonna stop hating your diet, and you're gonna start loving your diet and hate when you like don't eat your diet, because that's gonna happen. I know it sounds foreign, but it's gonna happen. So the last thing I wanna leave you off with is some encouragement, is that you don't have to be strong. You don't have to be a strong person or a strong will or whatever to reach your weight loss goal. You just have to win one day at a time. Win one day, and that's why we created that tracking sheet, so you can look at that every night and say, did I win today? And that is the only thing you need to focus on, is did I win today? Don't look at the long game. When you lose 20 pounds and you have 50 or 60 more pounds to lose, don't look at that. Just say, I've lost 20 pounds. I've won today, I'm gonna win tomorrow, I'm gonna win the next day. That's it. That's all you have to focus on. So if you guys found this video informative or you liked it, go ahead and leave a thumbs up before you take off. I love you guys so much. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I've got new videos every single day at 5 p.m. PST. All of you guys that comment on my videos, I just want to shout you guys out because I love every single one of you, whether it's a video request, whether it's just a compliment or a comment or whatever. I haven't really gotten too much hate on my channel, which is awesome, but I just want to express my gratitude towards every single one of you that not only watch my videos, but comment as well, because that takes time out of your life and I appreciate that. So as always, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.